Hey guys, welcome back to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. I'm not going to play my intro. This is going to be my intro. This video that I uploaded is going to be my intro for the day or for this second half of live. So this video, it is called Bill Gates and Donald Trump, the 2026 Great Reset, Astrological Reckoning, Eighth House Secret Revealed. And this is going to lead us into Barbo's basket. I've already done a deep dive on it, guys. I've already done a deep dive on it, and I can see that there are major changes that are coming with the players, the powers that be, and a lot of secrets that need to be exposed. So welcome in, guys. Welcome in. This is going to be my intro. You guys get your popcorn. This is it. When I tell you that this is it, I mean it with all my heart. I am speaking it with my chest, sticking out. All right. So this is going to be the intro. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Make sure that my volume is turned up. Here we go. Bill Gates has long stood as one of the defining architects of the modern age, a man whose name became synonymous with technology, philanthropy, and global influence. For decades, he has operated at the highest levels of power, often appearing untouchable, insulated by wealth, intellect, and carefully constructed institutions. But astrology teaches us that no one, regardless of status, stands outside the cycles of time. And in the summer of 2026, those cycles become impossible to ignore. Oh, dang it. Hold on, sorry. Using the 9:15 p.m. birth time for Bill Gates, an extraordinary concentration of transits unfold. It begins with a single degree, 5 degrees, 30 minutes in Aquarius. As Pluto stations retrograde in early May, May 6th, it comes to a virtual standstill precisely on Gates' eighth house cusp. So this 5:30 degree that he has, this is where he connects to Ghislaine Maxwell. And as you can see, the fate, the North Node was here. This is coming back around, guys. This is coming right back around. This 5:30 is Gates. And it's stationed right here. Just stationed. So let's watch. Let's watch this. Which is the vault of shared resources and private alliances, things that are hidden with investigations. But this degree acts as a master key. While it unlocks the vault of Gates' private dealings, it is simultaneously pulling the plug on the 11th house, which is about global networks, having to do with Ghislaine Maxwell. This rare degree serves as a cosmic bridge, linking the personal accountability of one man to the systemic dismantling of the elite social web they both occupied. And this Sabian symbol for this degree, a masked figure, performs ritualistic acts, which speaks to the heart of this moment. For decades, the public has watched the performance. But as Pluto stations, the ritual ends. The mask is no longer a shield, it becomes a liability. The story deepens in June. If Gates appears before Congress on June 10th, the timing is astonishing. On that very morning, the moon returns to its natal position in Aries in his 10th house of public reputation. It's about his public image. And this lunar return in Aries is immediate and reactive. The moon in Aries doesn't hide well, it responds instinctively. The world would not simply evaluate his words, they would evaluate his presence, his posture, his reactions in moments of heightened scrutiny. Those details often become the real story. Meanwhile, Saturn in Aries applies this intense pressure to his public image, and it's going to oppose his natal Mercury and Mars in the fourth house of Libra. This is the signature of legal walls, questions that can't be easily sidestepped, statements that must be precise. It is about the media as well. It's the astrological equivalent of speaking while every syllable is being weighed. And then we have Mars and Taurus activating Gates' 11th house, how he brings in money, his values of global organizations. And this is going to oppose his fifth house of kids, with his Scorpio sun, his Scorpio Venus. It's about resources and conflicts that will certainly emerge even more intensely than it has been. And the question remains, who controls the narrative and who controls the resources? These questions become increasingly difficult to separate. The summer's most explosive moment arrives on July 20th. Jupiter in Leo stands directly opposite Pluto in Aquarius. Jupiter expands, Pluto. And we're going to talk about this, guys. This is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. This opposition on Monday, July 20th, this is the Barbo's basket. This is it. And gosh, I cannot wait to tell you all that I have figured out about this day. And if I were to only show you the outer planets, you'd see the basket. But this video is it's going to tell the story. It's telling the story, okay? It's telling the story. A little bit of it, but we're going to bring in JFK Jr. We're going to bring in Peter Thiel, and we are going to talk about these degrees, who all is showing up, and what we can expect even more going into August. But I touch on it a little bit here. Exposes. Leo rules sovereignty and children. Aquarius governs systems and networks. And this is where the personal story intersects with the collective one. And the spotlight turns to the fifth house of kids. It is the domain of children and how we teach children.
Turns out the government tracks a lot of data.
Yeah, they do. They sure do. And this is where the quote, two heads looking out from the shadows, end quote. This Sabian oracle, this Sabian symbol that is a signature of Maxwell, of Ghislaine Maxwell. And there is a confrontation, but there is also a global protector that refuses to look away. By August, the pressure reaches another turning point. On August 8th, Gates experiences a dark moon return near his north node in Sagittarius in the sixth house of health. When Lilith meets this north node, destiny calls and shadows collide. Themes related to health, service, institutional accountability become central. As the Sabian symbol for his north node suggests, he is now cutting ice from a frozen pond, bringing up the cold, hard truths he stored away decades ago. The ice has finally begun to melt. Just as Bill Gates moves through this Plutonian gauntlet Another Titan enters his own eclipse corridor. Donald Trump faces one of the most extraordinary nodal contacts of his life. On August 19th, the South Node in Leo will reach an anaretic 29th degree, and it will be right on top of Trump's ascendant. It will conjunct his ascendant. This is the degree of Regulus, the royal star. The South Node here represents a dethroning of sorts, a dethroning of an old mode of power. It is the cosmic end of the reign, not just for a man, but for a specific style of 20th century leadership. And this is big. It's a big deal. This is larger than biography. It's about institutions confronting their shadows. It's about power meeting consequence. Pluto asks, what can survive exposure? And the South Node is about what must be released. Jupiter is about the law, and it is asking what can no longer remain hidden. And when history moves through eclipse season, even the most powerful people in the world must answer to time. We are entering a season where the untouchable becomes the examined. The summer of 2026 isn't just a date on a calendar, it's a crossroads of character. For Bill Gates, for Donald Trump, and for the global structures they helped build, the stars aren't silent here. They're screaming. And they really are. They're screaming, guys. And let me tell you something. I see all kinds of things going on. Okay. This summer, we can definitely expect um, a reigniting of a flame that has to do with JFK Jr. What happened to him? What happened to him really? What really happened with JFK Jr. and Carolyn? And what was it? Her sister or her cousin? I can't remember the other girl. But this is definitely going to be a summer that is going to be full of surprises, full of surprises. So let me just tell you guys what is going on before I really get into this. We are going to see a Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is going to retrograde from June 29th, so that's in just 6 days, until July 23rd. So during this, from July 16th to July 23rd, there is going to be a lot of news that will be or should be covering JFK Jr., the plane, what happened, all of that. And if there is any secrets with that, I would expect that to come out. If there's any secrets, I would expect that to come out. I also see Argentina. Peter and his family, Peter Thiel, has moved him and his family to Argentina. So we are going to see a lot about Argentina in the news. We are going to be seeing things going on with Australia, with Poland, with Canada, Trump, Fort Huachuca, Israel, Secret Service. They're going to have a time. They're not going to do well coming up. We're going to see Spain, okay? South Africa, the World Health Organization. Colorado is having a Chiron return. Washington, D.C. is having a Chiron return. Actually, they're having a Saturn return. Of course they are. Why wouldn't Washington, D.C. be having a Saturn return? They are definitely having a Saturn return. McCasland, the energies that are around for him right now are going to come back again in July 21st. But when they do come back around, it's going to involve a lot more of Tom DeLonge. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. We also see things are gonna be coming up for the witness protection program. The witness protection program is where I believe we've got some hidden figures that may just pop out, that may pop out. We may, they may not be able to hide the fact that they were seen. So, I'm really excited how this summer is gonna work itself out. The other thing, the only major event that I can see that would be happening other than the things that have already happened with, mass unalivings or something like that, trying to flip the script. Don't look here, look over here. Don't look here, look here. Let me take these big high profile people and let me make them disappear so you can be talking about that instead of this. The Carrington event, I do see where we could be seeing things happening between now and 2027 with our son that are gonna things that are going to pick up with our son, like X flares, things that are taking place with our satellite systems, the internet, things of that nature. That is definitely gonna be coming. I see it more, I think I see that coming more in 2028. Let's see. We've got a lot. We got a lot that is going to be taking place over the next 10 years. These transits with the outer planets that Barbeau saw, that is beginning again in July. These outer planets are going to, like Uranus and Pluto, Uranus and Neptune. Like Uranus will sextile Neptune, it will trine Pluto, and then they'll just kind of switch. But that's gonna be with us for quite a while, building networks with our monetary system. It'll be a new monetary system. The dollar will be less and less. Federal Reserve, things that maybe that we thought were secure or not secure. We'll be definitely having oppositions with main players as well. Jupiter will eventually come into Virgo, squaring Uranus. It's gonna be a lot. We're gonna go through a lot over the next 10 years. 26, 36, yeah, over the next 10 years. So that's what I've got. And I've also got, um, yeah, so that's mainly what I have. I also have a little bit with South Africa too, with the World Health Organization. I think that there's gonna be a lot of things that are going to be, coming out, not just with JFK Jr., but with his dad. Those files, the Kennedy files, I think that that's gonna be a lot that we are going to learn. We're gonna learn about a lot of corruption in the government. Lots and lots of corruption in the government. So, let's get to the astrology. Hey, Seth. Hey, Orb. Jill is in the house. Cinderella took a stick. Jeff, Cinderella, April. April is here. Maybe she's still here. Good to see you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me as we go over the astrology. Let's just take a look. Let's take a look because I'm really going to get into some of the things I'm seeing today. I really want to talk about the Barbeau basket, and then I want to get into what else, because that's what you're seeing. That's what you're hearing. You're hearing about the basket all through this summer. Okay. That's what you're, even though people are like, oh, it's going to be harmonious, it's going to be this. I think that it can be. I think that it can be, but I think that there is a lot more to this opposition. Jupiter opposing Pluto. It's about children. It's about education. It's about major transformation with groups and organizations, major transformations. And these transformations are needed. they're needed for the future. So let's take a look at the Barbo basket. Let me see if I've got it up. Yep, I do. All right, making sure that you guys can see this. Let me get it on my phone so I can see anything that's maybe I'm missing. Okay, so this is the Barbo basket. So Andre Barbeau is a French astrologer, and I do have his birth chart. And I'm excited to share that with you because I think that this is going to enlighten you as to why I created that video like I did. It's going to make a lot more sense to you, actually. So, the Barbeau basket is a highly anticipated astrological alignment formulated by late French astrologer Andre Barbeau. Occurring in 2026, it describes a tight, harmonious configuration of minor grand trine of the outer transpersonal planets, which are Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter. So these are the outer planets. These are collective. The inner planets are your personal planets. The outer planets are the collective. So Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter. Jupiter is 12 years, Uranus is 84. Neptune and Pluto takes a hell of a lot longer. You're not going to live to see a Neptune or Pluto return. The United States just went through their Pluto return, and we saw the market crash. Astrologers view it as a pivotal once-in-a-century turning point, representing a major societal and or civilizational shift. And we are definitely going into a shift with civilization with robots. The basket formation relies heavily on Barbeau's silical index, which tracks the spacing and alignment of all outer planets. When these planets cluster tightly and form beneficial geometric aspects, like what I map, it reflects a period where collective structural global changes are seeded. So it can be about humanitarian progress, a reorganization of our government, of global systems and institutions like the Federal Reserve, the market, a push for transparency and transformation driven by rapid changes in technology, the workforce, and institutional power structures. And we definitely are going to see that with AI, with robots. It's just a matter of time. The only thing that can stop it is a geological event. Would be the only thing that could stop it with the sun. And we can't look, we can't deny that the ancients, our ancients, us, we can't deny that the ancients worshiped the sun for a reason. They called it a god for a reason because it will give you life and it will take it away collectively. Okay. So, and it is our lifeline. The sun is definitely our lifeline. We can't lose sight of that. Okay. Now let's look at, let me pull up Donald Trump for instance. Let's just start with Donald Trump. And I'm going to pull him up next to this astrologer because I want you to see the connections. You know how I do connections? Well, you're going to get to see it. You're going to get to see it. Let me just go ahead and pull Andre up one more time. Andre Barbeau. Oh, did I already pass him up? Well, let me see if I can pull up his last name. There he is. 5 p.m. in France. Here he is. Okay. So watch. I'm going to duel this out with Donald Trump and Andre. And I want to show you something. Donald Trump has a dark moon. The dark moon is a 428. And I'm going to show you what this really means. The lowest point that he has at home is with hidden sex. It's with hidden sex, borrowing money, going bust, That's his low point. And when he does go bust, he has to seek the courts. He has to go to court because he has lost all his money. That's happened to Donald Trump. It's in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, right? So this 428 is going to have to do with immigration. It's going to have to do with his psycho pastors and priests. And it's going to have to do not with just religion, but also courts, the judges and attorneys, the Department of Justice. This is where he has a dark moon, a darkness. And he is connecting to the little wake up call, this little psychic gnosis of a seventh house. Look at that big seventh house that this astrologer has. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's huge. Well, it begins in Leo. So it's about kids, it's about publicity. And he descends with publicity. He rises with groups, but he descends with relationships with the publicity. And then he has a wake up call. It's this psychic investigator. And he's like, what did I just envision? What am I seeing here? What is going on? Well, what is going on is he is connecting and getting a little shaky shake about the future. I consider Pallas a higher octave of Uranus. And as you can see, Mars at a 739, this is Australia. Mars, Venus, Pallas, all of that in the seventh house of relationships is opposing Andre and the shakeups that he gets. All the shakeups that he is getting, it's a very visionary. This is such a visionary chart. He has visions. He sees things. He understands things. And he probably doesn't even understand how he does, but his life was spent looking at the outer planets, not so much the nodes or anything like that, just the outer planets. He studied. So we can see that he is connected to Donald Trump and all of the disordered aggression that Donald Trump has with this presidency. Now, watch this. Let's pull up the Virgin Islands, because the Virgin Islands is where Donald Trump has some major disordered aggression with things of the past. Hold on, I may already have it pulled up. That's okay. I'll pull it up again. Well, watch this. I'm about to break it down for you. Okay? About to break it down for you. So Donald Trump has the 428. So does Andre, that astrologer, the astrologer with the Barbo's basket. So what I can see here is the 428 that is in the outer wheel of the Virgin Islands. And it's about communications with hidden sex. It's in the third house. Communications about hidden sex, other people's money, debt. And then we have the ninth house with the courts, with the judges being paid off. Look at that money, honey. Right there. And it's going right there with the judge, with the attorney, because there's Jupiter, and Jupiter rules the ninth house. And it's in Taurus. And we're not even done yet. We're not even done yet. Canada has their 10th house, Chiron, at a 428. So we're looking at Canada. We're looking at Donald Trump. We're looking at Virgin Islands. We are also looking at Gavin Newsom in California. He also has that 428. Those are the people that I know for sure that have the 428, and Sebastian Rogers, his moon in Aries is a 428, and we are going to see these 4 degrees constantly. They're going to be showing up. They've been showing up. They're going to continue to show up. These 4 degrees are not playing. So we've got the Virgin Islands, we've got Canada, we got Gavin Newsom, we got Andre, the astrologer, and Donald Trump with that 428. Now watch this. Watch this. So right now, the transits are showing that this 422 is with Neptune. In 6 days, within 6 days, within a week, this Neptune is going to that 428. It's going to go there. So every time there is a transit with this 428, it is going to hit those people that I've just talked about. There is going to be an expression. And not only is Neptune going to be transiting over that 428, but so is Pluto, so is Vulcanus, so is Trans-Pluto, and so will Uranus. It's happening. These low 4 degrees, it's happening. Right now, the fate is with JFK Jr. The fate is with JFK Jr. at a 257. I can see that right now, plain as day. There has just been a moon, things that have just taken place in the past with General McCasland and the government. With contracts. There's a contract with the government. The moon has just went over the same degree, 2448, and opposed his health, opposed his work, opposes his every single day. That's what's happening right now. There is also an opposition with Virginia. Virginia has a 1256 in their chart. It's in Virgo. This is also showing that there is a justice that has taken place in Massachusetts as well. There are limits and obstacles happening right now with Sebastian's mom, with his stepdad, and with the investigation with Saturn. Right now, it's happening right now. Right now. Oh, yeah. What else do I see here? There is a major opposition with the Enlightenment. There is Tommaso has a 422 in Libra, and it's with his physician Apollo, but the physician that brings enlightenment is being opposed, and it's really foggy. We got to dissolve it. And believe me, this is coming back in July. It's coming right back in July. So what happened? What happened today with him? What happened today with Mike Feldman? Well, we know that Miss, I definitely see things happening. There's a shakeup with money and Indiana right now, or with the land. Things are going on with Indiana. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Hey guys, let's see. Indiana is getting a shakeup right now. Let's look at the news, see if it's in transit. I mean, it's not even in the news yet. Okay. Child missing after disappearing in Lake Michigan. Indiana utility regulator says he is looking for a new job after leadership shakeup. Now that could definitely be it. There it is right there. That's it. Indiana utility. Okay. That's what that is. That's what that is. But Tommaso, let's look. Let me show you what it is. with Tommaso, okay? Let me show you why it is that Mike Feldman and Tommaso are in transit all day. But it's ironic. It's just so interesting to me that those two guys continuously are showing up because of their 4 degrees. That those 4 degrees, they're just constantly showing up. Nancy is going to have her Pluto showing up, and we're going to talk about that. But right now, it's Mike Feldman and Tommaso, the 2 men. Don't have Cameron's chart, but those 2 right there are holding a collective energy. The energy that I see is with Peter Thiel and Tommaso. And with Mike Feldman, I'm seeing that there's a lot of transformation with Missouri and Hillary Clinton. That's what I see right now. But let me remove this and I'll add it. I'll share the screen again. Let me show you what took place today, what I saw. Hold on just a second. Let me go back into my history here. Let me show you, because this is what we heard from Savannah today. Hold on just a second. There we go. Skip.
And you this morning, Nancy's daughter, Savannah Guthrie, just moments ago on the Today Show, emotional and renewing her plea for anyone with information to come forward. I want you to listen to this.
I love you guys and I love this place. And this is unusual and unprecedented, to say the least, to be sitting here. But, you know, I don't have any comment on the story, and I'm not involved in our coverage. But I can't pretend I'm not here. And so since I am, I wanted to just take the opportunity to ask people, to beg people to come forward. Somebody knows something. And this is a new story today that is on your radar, but this is the life that my sister lives, that I live, that my brother lives, that our extended families live, that our children live every day. And we are in agony. And we cannot be at peace. So no matter how much I try to come out here every day and smile and find that joy, and I will, I promise I will. This is a moment to tell you that we need your help. We're begging for your help. And I'm not going to miss that opportunity. And so please, if you're watching, yes, no matter how small, the reward is there. You can tell us. It can be anonymous. Please do the right thing for us, for our family, for our children. And we love our mom, and we'll never stop looking for her. Never.
Really, the only piece of evidence investigators have long hoped to bring answers to Savannah Guthrie.
Sad, isn't it? Very sad. Very sad. So that is the new update as of, what, like 4 or 5 hours ago. And again, this was the day that Derrick was supposed to go to court, but he changed his plea. So now he's not going to go until July 2nd. July 2nd. He changed his plea to guilty, I guess, because he is guilty. He can't not prove that he didn't do that. And he just, you know, never talked to Tommaso and Annie before. He just, hey, where's my money? Where's my money? And it makes no sense. Really doesn't make any sense. Welcome to the Watchers, honey. Welcome to the Watchers. So glad to have you. I love it. Now you can join our Sunday fun days with the members only. And guys, I'll probably be going live with Jody tomorrow night. So I'll be getting that thumbnail out today. But let's look at the maps. Okay, let's look at the maps because, like I said, Secret Service, they're going to be in a heap of trouble. There's going to be things that are going to be coming about with the witness protection program. I promise. You heard it first here. There's going to be, and it definitely involves Epstein. Definitely involves Epstein. And could be involving other people that is really going to surprise us. This summer is the summer of surprises. I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. All right, so let's look at the maps. Let's look at some maps. The first one that I want to start with is General McCasland. Actually, let's see if there is any new news about him today, because he has just came into an opposition with the law, with contracts. Let me see if there's anything that has just come about with him. Because, of course, as soon as McCasland, as soon as I get to going and get off, let's see, 3 months, 3 months, 3 weeks. See if there's anything new. And I don't see anything new. 3 months. Gosh, 2 weeks ago. Well, what? So it's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. Let me just put in his last name. Retired Air Force General, last known sighting. This was 8 days ago. Let's look at that. Let's look at this, and I can even move it, like fast forward it. Hold on. And then we'll look at his map, because something's up. Telling you, something's up, and this is going to be like a 4-day transit, so it's possible that we're not going to see it just yet. Oh, there was a 4 days ago. Hold on. There was also a 4 days ago. Let me see. Who is this? Oh, it's the same girl. Same girl. Los Angeles Magazine videos. So this was 8 days ago. Let's see what she says. Let's see what she says, guys. Hold on. This is very interesting to me, because I'm telling you, DeLong, he's gonna have some limits and obstacles. He's gonna have some limits and obstacles. I don't know if he and um if he's gonna get taken to where dude is, if he's gonna, I don't know what's happening with him, but it's not looking good for him. Okay, here we go. Here is Lauren Conlin, and this is Los Angeles Magazine videos. Let me go ahead and subscribe to her, since I'm showing her video, and I'll do a little likey like. Let's see what she has to say about McCasland, if there's anything new that we haven't heard.
This is the last verified sighting of retired Air Force General Neil McCasland the day before he went missing. This photo, or this snapshot from surveillance camera footage, was taken on February 26th, 2026. Again, that is the day before General McCasland went missing. And I was able to release this photo for the very first time on Friday, June 12th, after the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office fulfilled my FOIA request. And I'm literally still going through everything. There is so much information here. But what you need to know about this photo is that it was taken at an REI store, which is a sporting goods store. It's a popular store, and there's no metadata available on this photo, unfortunately. And I'm not certain of the location of this REI store. There is a location in Albuquerque, which would be where General McCasland lives. So that will be the closest to him, the closest location. But there's also one about an hour or so away in Santa Fe. So again, I'm not certain of the one that he went to. I have reached out to the sheriff's office to confirm this, and I will keep everybody posted. But I had some online sleuths help out in looking at this photo as well. And listen, I'm speculating, obviously, but and I'll zoom in a minute, but it appears that General McCasland is holding a package that he may have ordered online and gotten shipped to the store. It looks like the store offers free shipping, and I see I'll zoom in. I see a folded up piece of white paper, which I was kind of thinking, okay, well, if he did order something online, maybe he printed the receipt, he folded it up, he took it with him in case there were any issues. And then if you actually zoom in, this looks to be like a first aid kit. And I had a friend that put this on Reddit in a group thread, and some online sleuths were able to identify this as a first aid kit. And again, that's not totally confirmed, but that's what it looks to be. I also have a few other digital forensics guys parsing through this for me, because I think that this could be helpful. I mean, if we figure out what this is, who knows? Because I think the general consensus is here. And again, I'll go through some of the police report and some of the body cam footage that I was able to obtain. But I think the general consensus is there were rumors that, or I shouldn't say rumors, but there was speculation based on what General McCasland's wife had said, how he appeared to be frustrated about his declining mental health and his memory, that maybe he wanted to take his own life. Well, if that is a first aid kit, I mean, it doesn't seem like that would be one preparing to take his own life. I don't think that really seems to line up. So with that being said, let me just make this photo a more normal size for now. Let me go through a few sections of the police report that sort of detail.
This is what it looks like to me, guys. It looks like this shop right here. REI in New Mexico. It looks like this one right here. That's what it looks like to me. And this is in Albuquerque. Looks like this shop right here. So let me go ahead and put that on his map. I think that that's it. Where is there it is, copy. Let's put it on his map. Here we go. Let's see if that's a hit. And it is, look at that. Well, store seen on February 26th. There it is, guys. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Didn't take long. Let's check it out. Let's see what this is. This is natal Saturn in Sagittarius. It opposes Juno in Gemini. His work in communications that would have slowed him down are found here. This is a, looks like, okay, so this is a Sag, and there's a relationship that's going this way. There's a relationship that's going this way. I love it. So that's right there on the line. That's it. That's it right there. That is it. Source scene right there. And isn't that a trip that the natal is pulling right there, and it's a Saturn in Sagittarius. What is Saturn? If I'm looking on that line, I'm looking for a business. Because Saturn is a business. It's work. We found it. It's right there. Absolutely right there. There is the Saturn. And it opposes 2. Does he have 2 packages? Does he have 2 packages there? There is something with a relationship. There's something with a relationship, guys. Oh, Janet, you are so sweet, honey. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. You sweetheart, you. J-Dog got 1. Limao got one, Ashley got one, Budman's wife got one, Teresa got one. You are so sweet, honey. Thank you so much. Absolutely a sweetheart. I can't thank you enough. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this natal Saturn, we're looking for a business. We're looking for a business. And the two, is that two packages? Is that the two packages that he had? Did he have more than two? I don't think so. He definitely had two. He definitely had two. But it looks like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, she has it on her ex as well. There's the two. And so we've got one package, and then she said that it looks like a first aid kit. He's got his watch, the Apple Watch, and I am not, look, I'm against Apple Watches. I'm against something that is going to be affecting your cells. Even with the earbuds, it can affect your cells, so I don't know. I guess you need to pick your poison, right? So interesting. I'm glad that we found that because, wow. Let me see what else she has to say with her other videos because we've already figured that one out. Let's see if she says anything else because I know that this was 8 days ago. Let's see what she says here. Let's push it on a little bit. Let's see what she's saying. Can y'all hear that? It just said something about lost connection. Let me make sure that you guys can hear it. It says something about lost connection. So I wanted to make sure y'all can hear it. Here we go. Oh, you can't hear? Okay. You can't hear? Let me see if I can do it again. Hold on. Let's see what's up here. Let me take it off. Let me remove it. Let me add it back and just kind of do a refresh here. Okay, hold on. Can y'all hear that now? Can y'all hear that commercial? Still no audio? No. Okay. Well, dang it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I'm back. That's okay, J-Dog. Guess what? You went somewhere and then you came back with a membership. Janet just gifted 5 memberships, so one of those went to you. So congratulations. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Because it looks like I'm on. Looks like I'm on and I'm about to share my screen again. Okay. Okay, cool. Now we're cooking. Let me share her again. Let me share her again and see if we can hear her. And let's go to my history. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. Now we're going to see if we can hear her now. Oh, hold on. Nope. Let me try it again. I think I know why you can't hear her. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Screen sharing was canceled. Yes, it was. I'm going too quick. I'm going too quick for myself. Okay. Yeah, sorry, guys. Ah, let me try it again. I'm sharing the audio. Also share tab audio. I'm sharing it. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna look and see. Y'all tell me yes or no once I get her going. Hold on.
That I don't understand, because they don't show us where he says where you'll find me. And I have been, again, searching through these documents. So this is just a random comment that he made, where you'll find me. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay, I'm gonna take it back a
everything
little
seems
bit.
to be, I can't go on like, and
Hold on.
noted him in character for a guy like General McCasland. And so that's really interesting. I mean, he really did seem to be going through it per his wife and his friends. And that breaks my heart. However, again, he was still planning for the future. But his friend says there were indications of behavioral and possible cognitive changes in recent months. One of his other friends, again, I won't name the name, observed that Neil was not himself and noted he had difficulty finishing sentences. During a trip to Japan, this appeared to be the ski trip, in mid-January, which included travel from LAX to Tokyo, Neil's behavior seemed inconsistent with his usual character.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So he went to Tokyo. We'll put that on the map. He went to Tokyo, and for someone that has traveled a long ways overseas, let me tell you, you could, I mean, you know, he could have been inundated with solar weather. He could have been, that could be confusing in itself with the jet lag, and he's not a young, little young cookie. So, and he's going skiing. It could also be that some of the people that he trusted were giving him a little something, something in his drinks or something. He could have been going to the bathroom with his drink wide open. He could have had that drink wide open and somebody could just dip something in it. Just never know. You never know. He could have been having cognitive problems, things going on with the head. And so when he went missing, Eris, the goddess of war, he was having a major head wound that day. Major head wound. And he was being told that there was going to be disclosure. Could that head wound have been going back to his worries, his anxieties? I think that that's possible. Something that we could consider anyway, right?
Although he had paid for 6 days of skiing, he only skied for 3. On the final day, he reported he could not ski due to gastrointestinal issues, described as, quote, a runny gut. Others on the trip, including Susan, participated in different activities such as snowshoeing. Observers noticed a difference in his personality during this trip. It also says he was not a rock climber and tended to prefer familiar environments when engaging in outdoor activities. At one point, he reportedly said, quote, "I can't go on like this," which raised questions about his mental and emotional state, particularly in light of recent losses and possible health concerns. In considering what may have happened, there was speculation that Neil may have gone hiking, or possibly on the La Luz Trail. However, those who knew him indicated he would be more likely to go somewhere familiar rather than an unknown or remote location. There's also belief that it would be out of character for him to intentionally disappear or go somewhere where he did not want to be found. A comment attributed to him, quote, "Where you'll find me," may hold significance in understanding his intentions or state of mind. That I don't understand, because they don't show us where he says where you'll find me. And I have been, again.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, April. Good to see you, babe. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so look at this. Look at this, guys. Okay, so this is, I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. I don't know why it does it. When I switch, it looks like the lines are all over the place, but they're not. This one is going up here. And then they'll come over here. It's because they're going across the world. So Tokyo is right below this missing line. And it says world health, 2 people, mental health, possible body vehicle. So I would think that the oxygen to the brain and and it's trying Mars in Aquarius. It's trying Mars in Aquarius. Let's see. Where did that line even go? The missing Gemini. Hygeia. Where did that even go? Is that what is happening here? Like, where did it go? What? Missing Hygeia is right there. Missing Hygeia and Gemini is definitely not going. Oh, I see, because it's going across the world. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. So the Hygeia and Gemini, that is, so we're going this way. We're going this way from his home. That is going to be, let's see what we can find here. New Mexico. Okay, let's see if we can find anything going this way, because this is it. There's Hill Air Force Base. So Hill Air Force Base and Japan, that's what happened. Something having to do with Hill Air Force Base and going to Japan. So let's listen. Who else? I wonder who all went with him. I wonder who all went with him. Let's see.
His intentions or state of mind. That I don't understand, because they don't show us where he says where you'll find me. And I have been, again, searching through these documents. So this is just a random comment that he made, where you'll find me. I mean, everything seems to be indicating he was declining mentally, but I don't know, based on this photo. And again, I'm not an expert on dementia, so I probably should have an expert on to discuss this. And I also want to pull in Doug McGregor, because I have a lot of the last known, or I shouldn't say last known, I have all of the coordinates in which the sheriff's department searched for Neil on these different trails and different areas. And I want to pull Doug in to show this. And also the body cam footage that I have been going through, there are a number of neighbors that police interviewed, and not one neighbor, and many of you may already know this, but not one neighbor has any footage of Neil on surveillance, which is crazy. And, some of them were older and they didn't even really know how to work their ring cams. But I mean, he's nowhere. He's not seen walking in his neighborhood. I mean, it's wild.
Oh, he's somewhere. Hey, Michelle, good to see you, babe. Good to see you. So she's going to have somebody on. Let's see. I would hope that she would give me another address, maybe. Hold on. That I can put on the map.
Basically, police followed up on a call from a woman, and many of you may have heard this because Law and Crime put out the first half of this call, and I played it previously, where this woman was on the board with General McCasland at Kirtland Partnerships, and they had dinner the night before, where she said that General McCasland wasn't necessarily acting like himself. But on the first part of the call that was played by Law and Crime initially, she talks about how he had a very high security clearance and how he's in the UFO files. Well, right after that, she ends up clarifying, well, I don't actually know, what his clearance is now, basically that he's retired. She also states she doesn't know the last time that he swiped. And you know what? I'll play the call so you can hear it all for yourself. But it was interesting because it did seem to sort of contradict some of the stuff she initially said. And let me put this on playback speed. Let's do a little fast.
Okay, so I just Googled where he had dinner the night before, and this is what I came up with. This is what I came up with, guys. Here we go. Right here. Restaurant and Lounge on Gibson. Okay, let me put in something here. Oh, so this is right by Kirtland Air Force Base. Okay. Okay, let me put in, so that's that. So this is his North Node in Scorpio. When he is talking about his clearance, high security clearance, things that are hidden that he is fated with. Worthy of investigation. Okay. Let me go back.
For now.
I don't know how now what that is.
Okay.
If he still holds that high of a clearance.
Okay.
Or not. I know he has to have some sort of clearance for what he's doing at Sandia.
Sandia. For what he's doing at Sandia. Let me see if I've got Sandia on the map. Hold on. Hold on just a second.
Ms. Wilkerson's
Hold on, let me go back.
I don't know how now what that is.
Okay.
If he still holds that high of a clearance.
Okay.
Or not. I know he has to have some sort of clearance for what he's doing at Sandia.
Okay.
And his wife, Ms. Wilkerson's a former colonel herself.
Oh, okay. So what is the Kirtland Partnership? What is that?
We're a 501c3. We're the interface between Kirtland Air Force Base and the state and the feds and the county and city. So we do a lot of work for them in that regard.
Just kind of liaisoning between the two for projects and things.
Yeah. And that's how Neil and I were at dinner together Thursday evening. Is the Lieutenant General of Space Systems Command was in town.
You said you talked to some people out at Kirtland and he hasn't accessed the base.
Okay, here is the laboratory right here. Right there. And there's the applied tech associate. So there is where he said there's a breakup and it's about war. And this is his Jupiter. So there is an expansion here. There's a contract. He probably shouldn't have said that he's got a high clearance, security clearance there. And it looks like that they would deny that. Even if it were true, they would deny it.
Hasn't accessed the base.
So
Okay.
they're monitoring that as well to ensure if that card is used there.
Is that something he would like? Are we talking about like a specific building or all of the base? Is there?
Well, normally he would go out to Air Force Research Lab on the west side of the base.
Okay.
Through the tramway entrance, or
Right.
I'm sorry, through the Truman entrance.
Through the Truman entrance on the west side of the base, through the Truman entrance. Wonder where that is. The Truman entrance. Let me see if I can. Truman entrance. That's Fort Huachuca. North Truman Road. No, Truman entrance. Truman Street, Kirtland Air Force Base. There it is right here. Okay, so this would be there. Now we're talking. Okay. Because that's where the North Node is. So let's see. Hold on. Through the Truman entrance. So it'd be right there. And then the natal, which I'm just really, I mean, I haven't put in a whole lot. So, I mean, that's Kirtland. We're just looking at the wall right there. And then I can't get there. Okay. So that's Carlisle Boulevard. There's Aberdeen. So he would have come right here. The Truman entrance is what she said. Oh shit, I'm going to have to turn all the way around. U.S. Air Force. And then there's a clearance right there. Okay. All right.
Or he would go out to Sandia on the U-Bank entrance. And security forces said his card hasn't been swiped in quite a while.
What is quite a while? I don't know.
Now, when you say swipe, is that so he would get on base? He wouldn't have to swipe getting on the base, right?
Yeah, to get on base, you have to show your ID.
But you don't have to swipe it. Would there be a record of that? If you?
Yes, there's a record of who goes on base. Yeah.
Oh, is there? Okay. Oh. So it's specifically going on base, either at the Truman Gate or at the U-Bank Gate.
Correct.
And he's not showing up on it anywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Then I think. All right. And this seems out of character for him. You said he was kind of spacey on Thursday night.
Yeah, and that is out of character for him.
Yeah.
To be honest, he's usually he's so full of knowledge. It's crazy scary how smart he is, and so he's usually talking to folks like that, really in depth about what's going on. You know, what are we doing with the movement of space and things like that. And he was just very quiet.
Oh.
I don't know. I was trying to think. Is he trying to read the room?
Mm-hmm.
Read the room.
Well, I mean, maybe he was, maybe he was a little paranoid. Maybe he's just talking too much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's been talking too much. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's just hard to tell.
How?
It was just a little off to me. And then when I saw that this morning, I was like, okay, this kind of tying together.
Yeah. Okay. Did he make any, looking back, concerning statements or any kind of strange statements at all that you're aware of?
No statements at all. He had himself a non-alcohol Guinness and kind of just sat there enjoying himself. Enjoyed the evening. And then when we left, people are still talking. I didn't get a chance to say bye. He had already left.
Oh, okay.
He was driving his little green Ranger SUV looking car.
Here's the money glitch that's getting women properly compensated. Uber made a big mistake, allegedly not doing thorough enough background checks on its drivers. And now,
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly play something else for you all. So this,
I think this is it.
this is I'm gonna say basically he has an inReach device and they're looking for his watch. It seems like the Garmin, and that's where I started picking up on the Garmin watch thing because I had never heard of this. But let me make this bigger for you guys. Okay.
And
It's as loud as it goes, sorry.
this is it. So it might be his avalanche beacon.
Okay.
If that's not a Garmin, I'm not sure what it is.
I think it usually has a Garmin name on it. Two-way.
It's not really a Garmin, it's an
But it's
inReach.
like, but you think this might have GPS like tracking? Two-way or radio?
Or it's his avalanche beacon. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Like he has a lot of tracking devices. Clearly he didn't bring them. I mean,
Focus. Goggles. That's empty. Here he shared with me where I could track him on the inReach device. If you like, I can forward you this email.
Are you able to?
Or screenshot it and print it.
Could you open up that link? Would that be possible?
So there's some tracks. For example, click on this one. That was 2023.
Yeah.
Do we know if our talk is?
That was 22.
This is a day one. I'm up and looking in.
Oh, let me go back to that. Hold
And
on.
that's 21, so nothing recent.
See if I can.
Day one. I'm up and looking into FIFA.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. I want to see that map. Oh, dang it.
Click on this one.
10-5.
That was 2023.
Yeah.
Do we know if our talk is?
That was 22.
This is a day one. I'm up and looking into FIFA.
And that's 21, so nothing recent.
1190 Laurel Loop.
Good copy.
Most recent one is September 2025.
hmm.
You all tracks.
Okay. So I want to also just reiterate a few things that Susan McCasland had originally told detectives that was left behind. And this was right when they went to her home on February 27th, when they were called to Quail Run. So she told deputies, oh, and also I want to point out, they had asked Susan whether or not she wanted to issue a silver alert. And she, based on the body cam footage, she hadn't answered them right away. So there was, I think, some buzz around the fact that a silver alert wasn't initially deployed, but I believe that this is why, because they said, okay, do you want us to issue this now? And this was much later on in the evening, I believe. And she said, yeah, let's do that, or something like that. But I just wanted to point that out. Okay. So she had said that he left behind several items he normally carries with him, including his cell phone, watch, pocket knife, comb, and a utility tool. And that's when she said it's very uncommon for him to leave those items behind. I don't know what kind of utility tool that would be. And then I want to point out, she also says that Susan advised she believed Neil may have taken a .38 caliber Smith & Wesson revolver with him, as she was unable to locate the firearm in either his bedside drawer or the resident's safe. So that is why she had indicated she thought that a gun was missing. It wasn't part of the safe, but it wasn't in his drawer, I guess, or where he normally would keep it. So I'm still trying to sort through this.
Yeah, so I mean, we are too. We are too. Still trying to sort through it, and I have got his missing. I've got 8 angles of the missing. I've got 5 of the natal, and I've got 3 so far of New Mexico. So I definitely have to work on the map. I've definitely got to put in more angles to see where we could be. Oh shoot, hold on. Points of interest. Points of interest, and see where he could. I don't know. I'm thinking though. Let me turn off. Tom lives. Where does Tom live? Tom is right there. This is close to where Tom lives. So Tom is, again, with that natal Saturn. So the shop that he went to with the Saturn in Sagittarius is also where we can find south of San Diego. And this is New Mexico right here, which we would have to add in. If he was in another state, we would have to add them. But as you can see, Nellis Air Force Base, hidden relationship, work related there's a Juno. So that means that there is a relationship here with Nellis Air Force Base. We can see that the missing event, the Mars, that energy that is going to Tokyo, Japan, that is also going to Hills Air Force Base. Right there. There's also a shakeup. There's a shakeup here. And that shakeup is going this way. And that is going to another Air Force base. This right here, though, this is it. This is it for me. It is, I've been looking for somewhere that he could be found. So here's a trail. He could be found off of one of these trails. And this is why I say that, because New Mexico, their north node is in Aries. So New Mexico this is big with war, space, and missing Chiron. So the Chiron during the missing event was in transit in the 11th house, and Sally brings in money. It's his friend group. And it's squaring home, it's squaring things from the past, his memory. And so there's a lot of pain with the head wound. There's a lot of warring. So I think that he should be found somewhere around here, off of a trail, if that's what happened. If he wanted to, I wish that I could see like the trail on her computer, because this is where dang it, I wish I could have seen it. It almost looks something like that. And it's going all up. And then it goes all the way up to Anthony Perret. Because the missing and the natal are here. It's going to Shriver Space Force Base in Colorado. Definitely going over Shriver's Air Force Base or Space Force Base. The Space Force. And then, guys, it goes all the way up here. This right here, I can't make it up. I mean, it's going right here. So during the missing event, that Jupiter that goes to Kirtland Air Force Base Remember, the Jupiter is going to Kirtland Air Force Base south. There's a breakup. There's a breakup with it, with Kirtland Air Force Base. And that breakup is going up here to this space base. Lots of pain with his values, with money, with assets, with a possible, pew pew. Chiron and Aries could be, it's just a lot of pain that he has when he left the house. Lots of pain. And then we've got New Mexico. It's a devouring energy in their first house. They are either the ones that made him go bye-bye, or they're going to find him. And the reason why I really like this is because the missing and the natal are right here. They were the same exact degree. The same exact degree. And it's opposing Kirtland Air Force Base, where he was. Shriver as well. So he could be on any of these. If he offed himself, it could be somewhere around here in one of these. That's Colorado. God, I wish I knew which ones that he went on. Let's see if she says this trail right here. I want to say that that's probably one that he went on. And I'm pretty sure I got a hot spot here. I do. I do have a hot spot. This is exactly where I would look for him. If I lived in the area, that is. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening with Tom DeLonge, and it's coming. It's a coming. Let me see what she has to say here. Maybe she gives us a little bit more clarity. This is that video that I just showed you was 8 days ago. This is 4 days ago, and it says FBI officially involved, and which we knew that. We knew that the FBI was involved because it was mentioned. It was everywhere. So I don't know why that this is. I mean, of course they're involved. I mean, he could have been taken by one of our enemies. You just never know.
Retired Air Force General Neil McCasland is still missing, and there have been no real updates this week as I continue to parse through the Freedom of Information Act fulfillment that I received from
Regain your smile and confidence with them.
Dang it. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Here we go.
No, the FBI has him. I mean, he's speculating, but I was like, really? Well, I want to go back to the police report, the BCO police report. So this is the post, and this is what he said. He said, the feds have General McCasland. Why else wouldn't they release his last known photograph right before he went missing? It's like they are going out of their way not to find him. And he put that on top of something I posted. Well, I commented, and I took this again directly from the police report. I said, it's odd the photo wasn't released previously. The police report states that the FBI joined the BSCO on March 3rd. I went through all of the BSCO public updates, the written updates, that is, and this was never announced, them partnering with the FBI. Caroline Leavitt was asked about the White House and FBI looking into the cases on April 15th. On April 17th, she stated, the White House says it's coordinating with the FBI and relevant agencies to review the cases collectively. Okay, so seeing how it's now June, I'm not sure why they wouldn't have said at some point between April and now the FBI is already on the McCasland case. I don't really understand that. And I go back to saying when I'm investigating other missing persons cases, I get it. Law enforcement doesn't owe us anything. But when it comes to this, there is a very significant public interest. And so I think it's in the government's best interest to update us. So I went ahead and I did submit a federal FOIA request, or I should say a FOIA request to the FBI based on everything that they have starting on March 3rd.
That's great.
Cuba in 2016. This is very new. So there's a lot that clearly scientists don't know, we don't know. Symptoms include intense head pressure, vertigo.
Hold on, let me go back. Hold
Seeing
on.
the term Havana syndrome thrown out a lot. And that definition is a set of unexplained neurological and cognitive symptoms first reported by US and Canadian diplomats in Havana, Cuba in 2016. This is very new. So there's a lot that clearly scientists don't.
That's it. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, so there is I would think that there is a Cuba connection. And I think that there's a lot of things that are going to be coming up with Cuba. There's a lot of things that are going to be coming up with Cuba and the United States. So I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that.
Don't know, we don't know. Symptoms include intense head pressure, vertigo, loud piercing noises, and long-lasting issues like memory loss, severe headaches, and insomnia. Now, I will say General McCasland was only really experiencing the memory loss and sometimes insomnia. He was also experiencing some temperature regulation issues. He was cold a lot. I think I brought this up before, but I have a thyroid problem. And sometimes we have people with thyroid issues do have temperature regulation issues if their levels, their thyroid levels are off. But yeah, he didn't seem or he didn't say that he was experiencing vertigo, head pressure, loud piercing noises, or anything like that. Now, it goes on to say, while the exact cause and mechanism remain heavily debated, the syndrome primarily affects specific government personnel, intelligence officers, and their families. The exact way people get it is debated among researchers and intelligence agencies, but there are several leading theories. Directed energy exposure. The most widely investigated theory suggests that the result of targeted attacks using directed pulsed radio frequency of microwave energy. The government and intelligence investigators.
And that would make sense too, because look, when we're looking at the map, right? When we're looking at the map and we're trying to get an understanding that Japan, this is the Japan. This is going to Japan. And it is right here that we got Hill Air Force Base, right? So I think that his friend Tom may be able to tell us a little bit more about if he stays around long enough. If he stays around long enough, because guys, this right here. Oh, let me show you my entire screen. Hold on. Let me just stop her. Do y'all want to keep going with her? Y'all want to see the astrology in the map? Let me know. Let me know. I'll keep playing her for a minute until you guys tell me what's up, what you want.
Investigations, including classified acquisitions of suspected portable devices, suggest such technology could be capable of producing the physical and neurological effects reported by the victims. That's crazy. They say sonic or ultrasonic devices. Studies point to targeted ultrasonic weapons or high-frequency sound waves, and then emotional and psychological factors, where some researchers and early skeptics suggest that the illness may have, a masked psychogenic response to stress or environmental factors like sounds produced by local crickets, which is crazy. And I said sorry because my email made a noise.
Okay, yeah, let's do the map. So let's do the map. Let me go ahead and take that down and show you guys the map. Hold up a second, guys. Let's look at the map. Let me show you the entire screen here so we can bounce back and forth. Okay. All right, so obviously I need to put more into his map, but just for clarity, here is area 52 or area 51. Here is where that natal Chiron in Aquarius that is opposing the Uranus and Leo. So here's the deal. The natal Chiron that is going this way from his home is opposing it's opposing organizations. It's opposing organizations and it's opposing attention on him and Roswell. So it's opposing attention on him and Roswell. And is going this way. What is that? Let's look at right there. This is a park. So if he didn't take his tools, then how was it he was able somebody up on the peak? So people hike up here. Interesting. Shake up in the future with groups. Let me show you. This is the one that he is having a this natal admetos. Let's look and see. Hold on. Let me pull him up. Let me show you what I'm talking about with him. Let me show you what I'm talking about, guys. Watch this. Yeah, it is a vast area. So I'm going to stop the transits right now. And I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about with him. This is what's happening. So this 2448 right here, this 2448 is significant to his case. Obviously, it is significant to his case. So this 2448 right now is being opposed with a lot of magnetism with the government. With the government, because it's in Libra. It's also a park. Park Libra. That's it for me. Hold on just a second. Right there. Let me pull up his missing event. Hold on just a second. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Had a phone call. Okay. So this is when he went missing. Let me show you this again. Let me show you. This is so important. This is so important. So he goes missing. Oh, shoot. There he is. Oh, shoot. Hold on. William McCasland. Where's his... Okay, here is his natal. Now we're cooking. Okay, so his natal, when he goes missing, and so his natal is over here. The missing is over here. Now I want you to see something. He has admetos. There's a breakup. There's a breakup with warring. It's with the head. There's a breakup with it. Something snaps. Okay, this 2448 is with Eris. There is a warring that is taking place. And this could have to do with war. He goes missing. we go to war with Iran, right? He goes missing, then we go to war with Iran. So Admetos in Aries at a 2448, right there. And then Ceres comes right behind and brings a lot of energy. That's directed energy. That is directed energy. Ceres, I don't care what other astrologers say, I'm telling you, it's directed energy. Then what happens is Chiron comes right here. The breakup with the wound. So, what is happening today is Zeus is in an opposition. Zeus is where the Jupiter is, right? So, we can go to the map. We can go to the map and we can go, okay, so the 24 degree that is going this way and the 24 that is here, it's right here. I mean, it's like right here on New Mexico. It's right there. This is the 7th house of relationships and partnerships with New Mexico and Kirtland Air Force Base. There's that trail. So the 24 that I showed you with Zeus is coming here. Right here. And then if we go to New Mexico's chart, we can see that degree. Let's look at New Mexico today, right now, since I haven't looked at it yet. We can look at it together. This transit with Zeus, this is going to be in transit, guys, for days. 4 days. So within 4 days, we could have more information. We could have more information because the law is attracted. It is magnetized to him. The law enforcement is magnetized. The government is magnetized. There is a magnetism. All right. So let's look at the Libra energy with them, because that's where, okay, so the south node, it's right there. The south node is a 2648. The moon is coming over their south node where they've been, talking to people at the Air Force Base. It's going to be a lot of transformation. Definitely a lot of transformation that's coming. Let me see if I can find anything that is coming to that degree. Let me see. Anything that is going to be coming up. Because I think that this summer, things that are going on, things that have went on with our government is going to come, and I mean, I'm talking about it's just going to blow wide open. Let me see. I'm looking at it really quick. I don't see anything. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I do. I see that there is definitely an activation with Chiron, with evidence. The 0008 is in transit. It's just being activated. Things of the past and their everyday with health and government. My goodness gracious. And so all of this Cancerian energy, Jupiter is at a 2839. And so Jupiter is coming to that directed energy. There's going to be a lot of energy. There's going to be a major expansion with that 2953. Major. That will be a big deal. Actually, it's going to oppose the government first. Jupiter will come. Jupiter is already opposing the responsibility and the accountability of New Mexico. Whoa. Pluto is at this 500, and that is Bill Gates. The way he shines with kids. Oh yeah, all of that is coming. Everything that I showed you when I first started this live, it's all coming. It's a coming. There is going to be some communications here. It's going to bring a wake-up call to New Mexico with money, with land, with evidence. I've also looked for Nancy here too in New Mexico. And like I said, the fate is with JFK Jr. right now. JFK Jr. is holding the fate big time. And that anniversary of when his plane went down is July 16th. So JFK Jr. See if we see anything about him right now. April 4th, 9 months ago, 3 months ago, nothing. Nope, but he is holding the fate right now. There's a reigniting of a flame with him right now. And it will be for the next few hours. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting to see him showing up like he is. Ghislaine Maxwell showing up. Who else? Indiana. We saw that. 1551. That's Arizona. There's a lot of things that are coming against California right now. And Virginia. So let's look and see if we can find anything out about California and Virginia right now. News. 2 people killed, child injured in Northern California. Library. I can see that. Shooting is what can happen as California guts mental health care. Oh, yeah. Iowa Attorney General joins lawsuit challenging California Plastics Act. Oh, that's definitely happening right now. Virginia. Major opposition. Yes, major opposition with their health, their everyday. There is a justice here. Sinkhole swallows vehicle at Norfolk exit ramp. Whoa. Virginia residents urged to conserve water after state hits driest stretch since 1941. Well, damn. We got a sinkhole and a drought. Governor announces reforms to Virginia's prison system. With the justice, there it is. Okay, that's it. That would be it. What's interesting to me is tonight. Okay, so tonight, I'm watching tonight with, let's see, it's the 23rd. Where do I got it? Where do I got it? I'm watching tonight. Let me show you why. Let me show you why. It's because tonight, we still have the lunar nodes of fate over JFK Jr., where he's been before, the fate of where he's been before, and it's critical with our governing bodies. It's critical. What I find interesting is this, is that as he is in transit, There is a wake-up call. And it's critical with Donald Trump and the state of Virginia. But Donald Trump, and as you can see, New Mexico, Chiron is still at that 0008. There is still an igniting of a flame with that. It's still going to be, it's still going to be in transit. Okay. But what's interesting is this, is that as the investigation is opposing the moon. The moon has been opposing him, and it's going to be opposing him. And what is interesting is that Bill Gates is going to be transformed in the future with groups and organizations. Bill Gates is definitely being transformed. Hillary Clinton and her connection with Nancy is showing home, family, a home and family. There's all kinds of attention on Hillary, the things that are hidden at home with investigations of a home that brings Nancy Guthrie a lot of worrying with her connection with Hillary. So I find that very interesting that that has taken place. And Uranus is about to come and shake things up. I'm talking about shaking things up with Jeffrey Epstein. Things are going to be talked about a lot. But again, he's holding the fate. And he's allegedly deceased, right? Right. So watch this 2448. When I tell you that it's going to be around for days, it is. This energy with Nancy, this energy with Missouri and Hillary Clinton, all of this is in transit when Trump gets some enlightenment tonight at 8:30 Nashville time. He's going to get a little shakeup, a little enlightenment. Very interesting to see all of these people in the chart at the same exact time. And the 419, I want to show you who else has that 419. I definitely want to show you. And I want to say, if I remember correctly, that energy is shared not just with 8:30 tonight, not just with Hillary and Nancy, but also I do believe with South Africa. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go ahead and pull South Africa up with this transit tonight and just see if there's anything else besides that 419 that's showing up, that's connecting, because it's going to be tonight, 8:36 p.m. Nashville time. Because South Africa's values with philanthropy, that 419 is where Nancy connects with South Africa. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And the United States has a 2122 as well in the fourth house, their home. South Africa has a 423 in their chart. And let me just tell you something. This is with kids and the lungs, the breath, the mind, the memory. There is a magnetism with JFK Jr. His magnetism in South Africa's with the kids is big. We could probably look and see that he went to South Africa. Maybe. But this 423 is definitely connected to the World Health Organization. They do experiments here in South Africa with children and Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a part of this, right? I'm sure. I'm sure. But the other thing that I want to show you with South Africa is there's a breakup with them. Not only is this in an opposition with Virginia, but there is a divine justice that is over South Africa's 1256 Admitos, 1256 justice. So let's look at South Africa. Let's see if we can see anything that is going on with them just yet, because we should see something. This is 3 hours ago. A look inside the welcome bags. There's the charity, the welcome bags. Plan for white South African refugees. White South African entering the United States as refugees. Well, well, well. U.S., the United States to cut South Africa's HIV response could cost lives. UN aid chief warns. That's it. There's a breakup. Here's the breakup, guys. There's the breakup right here. The Chiron. Well, the Chiron is for these welcome bags as well. I don't know that I would want to be taking a bunch of welcome bags from the United States. But this is it. This is the breakup right here. It's a big deal. There's the breakup. That was 10 hours ago. That's the Pisces energy right here. This is Pisces, Pisces. We're giving the welcome bags, but there's a breakup with the aid. What is the aid? The aid is Pisces. Pisces and Virgo is a health axis. So the Pisces energy is where we give. It's also philanthropy. I just put that on my board yesterday. But yeah, so this is interesting because Jupiter, all of this right here, Jupiter, Mercury, Hygeia, these right here, these energies are opposing the 11th house, the groups. And it's right here. So Jupiter is actually the 2240, anything past that 2240, these are all past it. They're actually here in the 6th house of health. And this is going to bring a lot of attention with them. It's going to bring lots of attention. And it's also going to be affecting children. The children, the kids. The kids. Dang. Pretty sad. And Pluto is going to be eventually transforming all of that. But this South Africa connection that Nancy Guthrie has is also with Hillary, with giving. Lots and lots of giving. There's a letting go of their warring with Nancy. But she wars with South Africa. She wars with anything that is happening in South Africa. And I'm sure, I'm certain that is because of the way that we are, we're just letting them down left and right, using them as guinea pigs. It's sad. Very sad. Very sad. Let's see if, because they have a magnetism, same degree as JFK Jr., let's see if he ever went to South Africa. Did JFK Jr. ever go to let's see. Let's ask AI, see if he ever went there. Yes. JFK visited South Africa during his college years. He took a trip there on summer break from Brown University. While there, he witnessed the system of whatever that is, what does that mean? Apartheid. Firsthand, the experience deeply affected him. He co-founded a student group to talk about civil rights. He pushed for United States companies to pull money out of South Africa. He brought famous speakers to campus to talk about the global unfairness. Well, well, well. That is the reason why, guys. It's the reason why he's faded right now. That's the reason why he's faded with South Africa. Interesting. Interesting. You know, I've mapped the United States. I've mapped Donald Trump. I should map him. I should map him. Hey, Women's Warrior, good to see you. Good to see you. Well, guys, I just wanted to come on for a little bit and say, hey, I haven't forgotten about the transits and telling you guys everything that I think that is going to be coming. Tonight, McCasland, opposition. Opposition tonight and this is tomorrow too, like days. Days. Actually, that's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you McCasland's map one more time. That's what I wanted to show you. Because it's right here that he is having the opposition. This line right here. There's a park. But guys, this is it. I mean, I don't know. Let me make sure that there's nothing else that's going down. It's right there. Could be on a trail, or his ass could have been taken all the way up here. But this is big. The other thing too that I thought that it's crazy. I think that it's really crazy is that McCasland, when he went missing, no. I think it's this 1355. This 1355 throws me off big time. It throws me off big time. See this 538? Okay, hold on. The 538. Look at this. The 538 is also that's showing up in his chart. The 538. It's also here at the Virgin Islands. I can't make it up. I cannot make it up. I cannot make it up. It's the Virgin Islands that he has in his chart. And it's with the desires for balance right there. And guess who else has the 257 that's faded? It's not just JFK Jr. It's also McCasland. So I want to put those two in there, that conjunction, the Neptune and the Mars. But this 1355 is going to Israel and Russia. Israel and Russia. And the South Node is going to be coming here. The South Node is going to be coming here. So this conjunction and this conjunction, I definitely want to make sure that I've got in that map. So the 2 and the 1, the 2 and the 1, that's Virgo. And let's look. I'm going to show you something with the Pluto. You see how it's a sextile? We were just learning about this on Sunday. You see how it's a sextile with Pluto? It's only 60 degrees away. So that's 2 signs. So that's 2 signs. 1, 2, and they're the same degree. So there's a sextile here. So we're going to create a sextile with the Mars and the Pluto and the Neptune, and because, this is where he could possibly be found. I think so. I think that the UK is about to go through some major, major changes. The video that I showed earlier does have things about the king and the queen. Oh yeah, things are about to really take a turn big time. I think that this dude is connected to Israel myself. Okay. So this could, and I do think that some of this is for smoke and mirrors too. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me make sure I don't have those. Okay, there's the natal Pluto in Virgo. There's the North Node in Scorpio. Okay, so I don't have his Neptune. So I'll just do that conjunction then. Okay, so the Neptune is, we're looking at a 211. We're looking at a 211 and a 212. And a 212. I really should take that on down to Australia. New Zealand, no. And 212. Oh, shoot. Let me go closer in. I'm too far away. There's the 212 right there. Oh. Did I already do it? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's take it up. And 212. Right there. All right. So that's the Neptune, natal Neptune. Conjunct Mars. This is where he could be contained. Could be a containment. Could be containment of his body. Investigative. Investigation worthy. That is for sure. This could definitely be where he is contained. He can't move. He's in something, under something. Right there. But that means he would have went away. If he actually went that way, then that means he went away from that trail that I was thinking that he could have been on. So there's the missing event too. And again, that's going up to the trail. And then this is the magnetism with the park or a governing agency. It's going right over that property. And I need to get his associates on here. So we're still going west. Well, hold up. Okay, no. So okay, so Mars is also in Scorpio. Mars can be about not just the body, but a vehicle. Vehicle. But in this instance, there's a There's the airport parcel. Huh. Because the vehicle, guys, can be a plane. It could definitely be a plane that is hidden here. Or this could be where he is contained, is on this base. But look at that. U.S. Vet Hospital. Huh. Maybe he's underground at the hospital. They're doing some kind of something on him. I don't know. That's a trip. That this is all of this Scorpio energy, and then there's Mars here with Neptune, and it's right here in the Kirtland community by the Air Force Base and on the ramp here. So if he was contained, there's an opposition with him today. I'm going to have to look at the FBI with this. Definitely look at the FBI to see where they're coming with him with this Scorpio energy. Airport parcel. And of course, we're not going to get to see anything because we can see right here. Let's look on Google Maps here. He could be contained in one of these right here. What is that? In one of these buildings? Hmm. And so I'm going to look. Hold on. Let me go back down right here. And I'm looking here. So I'm looking right there. I'm looking right at it right here on that line. I'm right on the line right there. I wonder what that is. I wonder what that is, guys. Wonder. 3600 Los Picaros Road. 3600. I was pulling right up. Urban habitat evaluation for West Nile virus. What? 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 Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is just a paper. I don't know. I saw it and I'm like, what? Because it's showing that address. Artificial containers. Water sources in the vicinity include the river, artificial containers, irrigation ditches. No. What? See, it says 3600 and then it says mosquitoes. This was in 2007. Real-time driving to what is there? This is the New Mexico Environment Department. It's the New Mexico Environment Department. Well, that's weird. This is their Environment Department. Well, that's interesting. With the environment. We've got more containers, it looks like here. And more down here. This is University Boulevard. Is also where this conjunction is. And it looks like, look, we've got another. This is drag racing. Drag racing? That's a racetrack. There's also containers here. Well, my goodness. Goodness gracious. Because there's New Mexico. This is where they have a breakup with things of the past, with relationships. The breakup is the lab. That environmental place, I think. I don't know. Or maybe that breakup is with McCasland. But there's definitely a breakup. And isn't that a trip when I said that there was a breakup for South Africa? And they got a little breaky break with the United States, didn't they? Sure did. Okay, University Boulevard. I wonder if I can see what this is. What is this? Looks like a government building. Government building. Maybe it's some kind of government office complex. Let's go out. Let's go back in. Actually, it should say at the end of the road, I would think. It should say right here what this is. Nope. But right here. No. It's just, I think that says for sale. It does. Yep. Interesting. Interesting. Hawking Drive. Hawking Drive. Interesting. Hawking. What is this? Where could he be held at? If he's being held, where could he be held at? You know? This is, it looks like power. Kairos power. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Could keep on going, but I don't think I need to go any further than I'm very surprised that we see that. Because that could be a hidden plane that took him somewhere. It doesn't mean that his body is contained here necessarily. It could be that there's a secret plane. Secret plane. And this energy right here, with all of that, with Kirtland Air Force Base, all of that is opposing him going out to a trail and offing himself. And it's all opposing the space. So that's Kirtland Air Force. But now we're getting into space. Now we're going to get into space. There's Anthony Perret. Anthony Perret. So I don't know if you guys can Google him, but he's got a lot of great things. Lots of great things that he talks about. with propulsion. Shriver Space Force Base. You see what I'm saying? So now we're getting into space. We're not just in the Air Force. Now we're getting into space. And that's what he loved to do. He loved space talk, aliens, stuff like that. He goes missing. We go to war, and documents begin to fly. Things are coming out. And he is either taken by someone or he offed himself. But as you can see, the Space Forces, the military is on him like stink on shit with this map. And the Saturn that could have definitely slowed him down besides going to that store is going to be Tom. Tom is going to be in transit. And I'll let you guys know when he is. I'll let you guys know. I may just do a whole video about it so you guys can timestamp it and we can see and we can watch what all is going to be unfolding. But tonight, right now, it begins all of that stuff with Nancy Guthrie's family. And there's an opposition. Peter Thiel is also in transit today. The July astrology is cray-cray. And I can't wait to tell you who all I see each and every day that we are going to be transforming for the future. All right, guys, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I've been on live for now 2.5 hours, so a total of 4 hours today, almost 5 hours today. So I'm going to jump off here, but I appreciate you for your time is, it's precious to me. And I appreciate you guys being here and supporting the channel. I can't tell you how grateful I am. Enough. I can tell you every time, but I just can't tell you enough how grateful I am. So with that being said, guys, peace out.